My yoke is easy and my burden light. See, the reason for that is because his law is the law of love, based on love. And love makes everything light, every suffering, every endurance becomes light through love. He was, of course, talking about the burden of the law that the Pharisees had placed on the people back then. It was taxing and ridiculous, and I forget how many laws that they had to follow to be true to the religion of that day. But our Lord came to set us free from all of that and to give us a new law based on love. Because when we love Him, when we know Him, following His law, the commandments, following His way, and yes, taking up our cross and carrying it and following Him becomes easy. Okay. Easy in the sense that it's almost a joy when you realize that what you're doing is suffering for Him, being obedient out of love. Yes, we're obedient out of love, not because some Pharisee is telling us that that's what we have to do. We choose it. We want to. Sin is the yoke that we throw off when we follow Jesus Christ. And that truly sets us free. Because what is sin? It's chains that bind us to the evil one, to Satan. And through obedience to Jesus, we run from sin, we hate sin, we shun sin, and we are set free. I know just from recent falls, I'm saying recent falls just, that you fall back like this, and you fall into a pit, and you have to immediately call out to Jesus for mercy to bring you out of this pit, this darkness, because you're literally thrown into a prison when you sin. If it's habitual sin, as I've struggled with, you're thrown back into behind those bars and put again in chains. And who is the only one that can set you free? Jesus Christ. So we can rest in Him, and we can indeed have our burdens and our yoke made light through love. It's that simple. Because those that don't have Jesus in their lives, besides the fact that they have nothing really to live for, they have a constant burden that they have to carry on their own. You can suffer with Jesus and have your burden made light, or you can not have Jesus and carry your burden alone. You will suffer either way. And I'm grateful. I'm just grateful to know that my life, what it was compared to what it is now, was just an imprisonment in myself, an imprisonment in the world, and an imprisonment by Satan. And I'm free today because of Jesus Christ. And my burden is sometimes almost joyful. I'm not kidding, because I know I'm carrying it for Him, for love of Him. And Finally, I just want to say that those that don't know Jesus and are trying to fill their lives with all sorts of things and people and relationships are miserable. They're miserable. And even though I suffer every day from one thing or another, and there's so many people would look at my life, people outside of, and think, because I don't really go anywhere, and I don't have money, I don't have a lot of outlets. They would think, wow, he must be miserable. I'm not. I'm free. See, because of my legs, this apartment I live in would seem like a prison to other people. But because my heart is full of Jesus and wanting to serve him and love him and know him, it's not. It's a place of wonder. Sounds strange, doesn't it? Because my mind is filled with thoughts of him, and I'm in awe of him every day and all his attributes and beauty and marvels. And so I'm liberated. There's no walls that can contain me. And it's a beautiful thing. And but they look at my life and they say, well, my goodness, no, you're the ones. You're the ones because you don't have what I have. And I want you to have what I have because I want you to be free too. Because there are no bars, there are no chains that can contain us when we truly are in love with Jesus Christ.